everyone, it's Amy from thecrazycraftlady.com. I feel like it has been ages since I have shared a Dollar Tree tutorial with you. So I just got back from the dollar store and I picked up a bunch of fun new craft supplies to make some DIY wall decor. Super cute, super farmhouse style. I hope you enjoy them. Let's get making. So the first project I made started with this cute little buffalo check sign, which I think would be perfect in your kitchen, hanging up on a wall, but I had other plans for this project. I decided to cover that center part inside the frame that had the quote with this craft cork sheet that was in the craft section at Dollar Tree. So it's just like a sheet of cork that's on an adhesive backing. I pretty quickly realized that the frame that was on that sign was pretty loosely attached, so I was able to take it completely off and then use that to trace onto the cork so I could cut the cork down to the perfect size. I just used my handy pen blade that I use on all my projects to score a line in the cork, and then I folded it back and forth and then used my scissors to cut through the paper backing. Then I was able to just peel away the cork that had the adhesive on it and center it right onto my sign. Then I simply replaced the frame back onto the sign in its original position using hot glue. Then it was time to fill the frame. So the dollar store has a little gardening section that has paper, little pots for starting seeds. They're also really fun to craft with. So I just took out my white Rust-Oleum chalk paint. You can use acrylic craft paint, literally any type of white paint that you have on hand, and paint the paper clay pot. You only have to paint one half of it. So you just have to paint one half and then let it dry. And then once the paint is fully dry, you can go ahead and cut the paper pot in half. Now you want to fill the paper pot with foam. The craft section, the floral section usually has foam. It doesn't matter what size or what type, you just need to cut down a little piece to stuff inside of that paper pot. And then you're going to secure everything together with hot glue. So secure the foam into the paper pot with hot glue, and then secure everything to the cork with plenty of hot glue. You put glue both on the foam and kind of outlining the edge of the paper as well. And then it was time to fill my little frame with some greenery. This is berries I think I got at Walmart. I just kind of stocked up whenever I'm at Walmart and get some greenery. I like their florals a little bit better than Dollar Tree sometimes, so I decided to use these, gave it a little bit more of a farmhouse feel. I cut off just a few little end pieces and then you just stuff them right into that styrofoam. But you could just as easily use florals of any color or any type from the Dollar Tree if you don't want to make another trip over to Walmart. But there you have it, a cute little botanical and buffalo check sign that you can hang on your wall or display on your bookshelf, really whatever you want. Next up is a major score that I got at the Dollar Tree this fall, and I'm sure these will go fast, and they are the super adorable wall calendars for 2021. Yep, they're out already. They have a couple different styles, but I really love this one because of the neutral botanical prints, and I'm sure I will be using plenty of them in future projects. So for this one, I used the Be Kind sheet, and I just cut it out of the calendar, and then I'm going to save the calendar so I have all those 12 other sheets for different months to use later. And then I decided to frame it with a 8x10 dollar store frame. I took out the backing and the glass and everything because I did decide not to keep the frame its original gold color, I decided to paint it just to do something a little different and have it match the Be Kind print that I wanted to put inside of it. I just grabbed my Waverly chalk paint from Walmart in the color Moss. I use Moss on absolutely everything. It's like the perfect neutral green color. I love it. So I just put cardboard behind my frame and gave a quick coat of paint. It wasn't even like perfect coverage. If a little bit of the gold pokes through, not a big deal. It'll just look a little bit weathered, but a quick coat of this green paint, and then I let that completely dry before I put my print back into the frame. So because these calendars are, I believe, like 10 by 10, you'll have to cut them down in order to get them to fit into the 8 by 10 frame. So I just used the piece of paper that came inside the frame, and I used that to trace off so I could trim off just a little bit from the top and the bottom of the print so that my Be Kind words and the wreath would still be centered within the frame. So I just marked off with a Sharpie marker and then used scissors to trim off a little piece from the top and the bottom before popping the print back into the frame. Easy peasy. You could use just a regular dollar store frame without painting, and then this would be an even simpler project. You could frame several of these calendar pages and make a small little gallery wall. The possibilities pretty much are endless. I can't wait to make more crafts with this fun 2021 calendar. And then finally, I can't believe I found a letterboard at the dollar store. I mean, what a cute find is that? It was in with like all the home decor frames and the fun little signs. And then I also found a buffalo check wedding sign that I was going to cover up. So the first thing I did was take the frame off the letterboard. It's just a plastic frame. It kind of peels right off, and then the letterboard inside it is just foam. You can save that little sawtooth thing on the back, the little hanger, if you want to use it for a different project to hang it up. But I just took the frame off, and then I had just the foam inner part that I was going to use. And then all I did was trim off the edge. Like you can see there's a little border around the foam. So I just took my scissors and I trimmed away the edge of that border all the way around the square. It was like a 1/4 inch border. I just cut it right off. After the border was completely removed, I secured that letterboard foam backing to my buffalo check sign using plenty of hot glue. Once the letterboard was firmly in place, it was time to frame it just to give it a little bit more of a finished, polished off feel. I grabbed my handy nautical rope from Dollar Tree that I love, and I used plenty of hot glue all the way around the frame of the letterboard to outline it with rope. I think it looks more finished when you start and end in the middle of one of the sides so that you can have the end meet back in the middle, and so it's kind of like a symmetrical finish, I guess. If that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But just be careful that that final end piece that you cut off doesn't fray very much before you glue it down. And the key to doing that is using plenty of hot glue when you secure that final end in place. And then it was time to remove all my letters from the little backing that they came on. They're kind of difficult to twist off, so I just use my scissors to pop them right off and then put them in a little clay pot from the dollar store to store them. And then you can make whatever little phrase or saying that you want. Super easy, super cute. I still can't believe I was able to get a letterboard for $1. But there you have it, 3 simple new wall decor items from Dollar Tree. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Until next time, happy making!